I love how the packaging says UDITER, double batteries, double range, and double happy. Let's find out.
The storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now, I don't know if I'll ever.
What's going on, guys? Are you in the market for an electric skateboard, but you have a budget of $500 or less? Then this video might be for you. So stay tuned. We're gonna do an unboxing and a full review on the UDITER electric skateboard. Let's open it up and check out what's inside. You get a manual, charger, controller, kind of nice looking controller, a skate tool, and the board itself. Well, let's go ahead and charge it up and go for a ride. All right, guys, I got the board fully charged at 100%. This is usually when I like to do the top speed test, just when I have all the juice, when I got all the gas, I'm ready to go. So this is the first test we're gonna do. I don't know why every time I come out here for the top speed test, there's like a tornado going on. It's so windy today, so I'm all bundled up. But yeah, let's see how fast this bad boy goes. My top speed on that run was an impressive 27.1 miles per hour. The next test is the long range test, and I usually do this sort of like a normal ride on my commute to work through town, not under ideal conditions, not on the best pavement, but I want to get a feel for how many miles I would actually get out of this board if I was using it. So let's go ahead and talk about the board a little bit while we watch some footage of the long range test. This company is utilizing 18 650 battery cells, and it's interesting that it comes in a swappable battery, so you can actually take that battery out and put a new one in. There's two 600 watt hub motors. The deck itself is made out of bamboo and fiberglass and is extremely stiff and durable. It comes standard with 8-inch CNC magnesium alloy trucks and 90mm polymer wheels, but you can opt to upgrade to 105mm cloud wheels if you would like a softer ride. And I'm still kind of shocked that that base package comes in pretty cheap there at $4.99. All right, now that the testing is said and done, let's go ahead and talk about what I thought about the board. I'll list the pros, I'll list the cons, and let you guys know what I think, but a general summary or the TLDR is for $500 this board is very capable. The top speed and the distance that you're getting for it is pretty impressive. The top speed I hit was 27.1. There's more expensive boards that aren't capable of hitting that speed, and the distance I hit was just over 14 miles. For me, I'm able to commute to work with that, so you kind of have to just factor in, is that enough distance, is that enough range for you? They made it so that you can change the battery out, so if you want extra distance, you can bring a new battery in your backpack or what have you, and then you can swap out the battery. So it's easy to take off and pretty easy to snap back in. Just has these two clamps on the side. Just have to make sure it's in there all the way. You hear that audible click. So it's an option that you can carry extra batteries, and then you potentially have unlimited range. So you can take 2-3 batteries and just keep going, or just use the one battery and recharge it. But let's go ahead and start with the pros, and then I'll list to the hard cons or the things that I did not like. This remote, actually pretty cool. It has some carbon fiber texture on it. It has these orange accents, and it's just unique compared to most e-skate remotes. A lot of these remotes are coming from the same factory in China, and they're all the same. So this one just being slightly different, slightly carbon fiber on it and some orange accents. It's actually just something different, which I appreciate that. So the next thing that I appreciate about this board are the trucks and the bushings that come with it. Usually when I get a new board, I have to tighten down the bushings and kind of fine tune, dial it in for when I'm doing my top speed test so that I don't get any speed wobbles. But this thing came straight out of the box pretty stiff, which I actually prefer. So I was able to jump on and ride it without having to do any adjusting. But yeah, I just liked how the trucks and the bushings were dialed in pretty stiff. That's a personal preference, but I have to list it as a pro. It was one thing that I liked about this board. And in all my reviews, I list some things that can be improved upon or some things that I saw as cons. My personal preference for boards are to be a little bit longer so that my stance can sit a little wider. I come from primarily a snowboarding background, and I ride in a duck stance with my feet far apart and my toes out. So when I skateboard, I slightly turn the back leg in, but I still like that wide stance. So when I jump on a board, I like to spread my feet out. This one felt a little short for me, but it possibly is just the shape of the board, the way it's shaped here. And my feet hitting these spots, I feel like when I wanted to press hard on my toes were just hanging over the edge just a little bit. With these wheels and this board, after the 14 miles, my feet were pretty much ready to take a break anyways, just from the vibrations of the road. And as you can see, when I test these boards, I'm not taking it easy. I'm not going on smooth, flat pavement. I'm going on brick. I'm going over railroad tracks. It's not the best conditions. So I'm feeling all the bumps, all the potholes, everything in my feet. My feet were starting to feel numb from the vibrations and the pounding on the concrete. All in all, I definitely think this is a worthwhile buy. If you're in the $500 range, go for it. Don't hesitate, pull the trigger. This is the skateboard. You're gonna have a ton of fun and you're gonna have a great time. As usual, I'll put a link in the description below. If you guys click on that, it doesn't cost you anything, but it gives me a small percentage so I can continue to make gear review videos like this on the channel. And lastly, I want to remind you guys to get outside, stay hydrated, and keep on moving.